Hey folks, Nas here. I appreciate everybody joining me today. In today's guide, I'm going to be showing you how to acquire an organic frigate or multiple organic frigates, because you can continue to do this more so after I show you today. But I'm going to show you how to get your first organic frigate, or maybe even your second one at this point, because let me get back into my fleet management here. The Leviathan, you can see here, is an organic frigate. It's currently on a mission, still got like 5.5 hours left or something. The Leviathan is only available through Expedition 7, which I've done. That's why I have it. Beyond this, the only way to get more organic frigates for your fleet, for your frigate fleet, is to do the process I'm fixing to show you today. In order to begin hunting for organic frigates, you're going to need an item. Let me go into my inventory here. I'm going to click my craft products, and then I'm going to scroll down. You need the Dream Aerial. Now, the recipe for the Dream Aerial cannot be purchased anywhere. It is a random reward for successful frigate missions. So once you get your freighter and you start acquiring frigates for your freighter, start sending them out on missions. That way you can get this recipe. It is random. It may happen on your first one. It may happen on your 10th one. It may take you a little bit to get it. Now, I got mine fairly quickly, which was really nice. So hopefully you can get yours fairly quickly. If you have the Leviathan, if you've done Expedition 7 and you have the Leviathan, send the Leviathan out on these missions, because an organic vessel will slightly increase your odds of getting the Aerial Dream recipe. Now, once you have your Aerial Dream recipe, you have to craft it. Now, as you can see, it requires 1 solar mirror and 3 living glass. Now, probably the easiest way to get living glass, because the solar mirror, a lot of times you can purchase it from the galactic trade stations at space stations, or you can purchase it from the other pilots that you will run into, whether on planets or in space stations. So that's usually pretty easy to get. Now, the living glass, it's probably a whole lot easier to try and craft it. And you can get the recipe for the living glass at the Anomaly. And it's going to require, where's my living glass recipe? There it is. It's going to require lubricant, which is also another recipe that you will need to require. It's in the same list of stuff that you're going to be purchasing, recipe purchases. So get the lubricant recipe, get the living glass recipe. Glass is easy. You can make it from day one. You can either use ferrite dust, or you can use the, frost crystals to make regular glass. But anyway, you're going to require 3 living glass and then 1 solar mirror to do the recipe I just lost. There it is. Scrolling too fast. So we want to make a Dream Aerial. So let me craft that real quick. Boom, just like that. And we have a Dream Aerial. Now, you have your Dream Aerial. You are ready to actually go out and find you organic frigates. There is another item that we probably should acquire that's going to make this process a little bit easier. Now let me head to the space station real quick. Alrighty, so we are in our space station. You can see here I'm headed towards the Explorer Guild Envoy right now. We're going to interact with this little gentleman right here. And you can see right here, he has an Anomaly Detector. Now what this does is this gives you a higher chance of finding rare experiences when pulsing through space. So what we want to do is get to master level or above, and this is free for you to purchase. If you don't know what your current level, guild level is, you're going to open your catalog and guide, and then you could just click on the standing here. Doesn't matter what standing it is, just click on the standing. And then you can come down along this left side, hit Explorers Guild, and you can see your standing right here, almost just left of center of screen. You can see mine is a total of 100. I'm exalted because I have maxed out my merchants, explorers, and mercenaries guild. If you don't know how to level your guilds, I have a video for that. Please feel free to go and visit that. Level your guilds up because you can actually get a lot of free stuff that's going to be very helpful in your gameplay. I'll have a link for that down in the description below. But we're going to purchase this anomaly because we are going to be using one today. Now, once you have purchased that, you saw that it went dark. Let me get back in here. It went dark, means I can't purchase any more. Now, if we go to a different system and then come back, his stuff will reset. So let me do that real quick. I'm just going to go to a random system and I'm going to come right back to this one. Alrighty, we are back on our first system now. Let's go back over here to the Explorer Envoy. And you can see down here, I can purchase the Anomaly Detector again. Boom. So now I have 2 Anomaly Detectors in my inventory. We're going to move that guy out of the way. That way I can use those later. Now, you can see down at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, the Dream Aerial is slumbering. Pilot ship into deep space to search for cosmic megafauna. So what we're going to do is this is a separate quest. We are going to be using these guys in a little bit. So we're going to hop in our ship, hop back out, create a restore point, and then we're going to go to space. Alrighty, so in space, you can see there in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, we got to activate the pulse drive to search for cosmic megafauna. It's searching. Searching. All right, anomaly detected. And there's our frigate right there. And apparently a sentinel pillar I haven't done anything with. We're going to head to the frigate. Kind of slow down a little bit. We're getting the communication notice, so we're going to communicate with the starship. It's going to go through some dialogue. Feel free to read it. I'm going to kind of skip it and get to the next section. And then you have some options here. Now, you can talk about the Leviathan. You can ask about the tapestry. In the dialogue, it's even mentioning woven together in the cosmic tapestry. I'm going to ask about the tapestry. Going to go through some more dialogue, and then we're going to get to a situation where we can either end the communication and leave this all together, or we can do dream together. We're going to do dream together. Alrighty, now we get into questions. There's going to be a series of questions that the organic frigate is going to ask you. And the first set of questions, the answers, they really have no influence on what type of frigate this is going to be. If you click wake, it's going to take you out of this question. You're going to stop the whole conversation and everything. So 1 through 3 is what you're going to choose. Now again, none of these have no influence on the frigate. So we're just going to click 1. Now we get to the second question. Now the second question is where you start having influence over the frigate, on what type of frigate it's going to be. Answer number 1 is going to be trade. Answer number 2 is going to be industrial. Answer number 3 is going to be exploration. And these following questions are going to influence what type of frigate this is going to be. So if you want a trade, let's say you want a trade frigate, then you want to hit trade. If you want an industrial type frigate, you hit industrial, which is number 2. If you want an exploration type frigate, you're going to hit number 3. And then you're going to continue to work towards that. So I'm going to currently hit number 1. I'm going to go for trade. And then we get to our second question. Actually, this would technically be our third question, but the second one that actually influences the frigate. Now, the first answer is going to be fuel. The second answer is going to be industrial. The third is going to be speed. So if you chose industrial on the first one, you may want to choose industrial on industrial on this one. Man, words are hard. That way, it will have a higher industrial rating when you finally acquire the frigate. But I am going to choose speed. So I'm going to choose leave hostile world because I want to increase the speed of the frigate. Now we get to our fourth question. Now you can read these questions if you want, but I'm not going to because I'm telling you what the answers are going to influence the frigate. So the answers for this one here, the first one is going to be fuel. The second is going to be speed. The third is going to be trade. Now I have chosen trade in the first question, the first influence question. And then I chose speed in the second one. So now I have kind of a dilemma. Do I want speed or trade to be higher? I want trade to be higher because I want it to be more of a trade ship. So I am going to choose the third option. Remember, this is fuel, speed, trade. Now we're on to our fifth question. So your first answer, this is going to be trade. The second answer is going to be exploration. The third answer is going to be combat. So I've chosen trade and I've hit trade twice, speed once. So I am actually going to choose trade for this one. Now, I believe we're on question number 6. So the first answer here is going to be for exploration. The second is going to be for combat. The third is going to be for speed. So I'm going to choose number 2. Remember, this is exploration, combat, speed. All right, now we're getting, what is this? This is question number 7. So now we have fuel, industrial, or combat. So I've already given it a little bit of speed. I've given it a little bit of combat, and then I've been choosing trade the rest of the time. So I think what I'll do here is I'm going to go combat one more time. Alrighty, now we are on question number 8. At least if I'm counting right, we're on question number 8. So now we have, this answer is going to be for trade, combat, and speed. All 3 things that I have chosen. But I want this to be a trade ship. I want it to be trade strong. So I'm going to choose trade in this option. And then we get to our 9th question. So these particular answers, this one's going to be exploration, industrial, and fuel. Now I haven't chosen exploration or industrial, but I would like it to have a little bit better fuel efficiency. So I'm going to choose fuel. Now we get to a point right here to where we have face reality or flee. Now, if you flee, obviously it's going to end your conversation with this altogether. But so we're going to choose face reality. Now you can adopt into frigate fleet, or you can end communication. What we're going to do is we are going to adopt it into our frigate fleet. And then there you go. So we're going to click add to fleet or decline. We're going to go ahead and we'll just click add to fleet. So that frigate is now part of our fleet. Whoop, he disappeared. Alrighty, we are back in my freighter now, so we can go to manage fleet. And you can see here, I now have the C-class organic in my list. And you can see here that the combat, the exploration, and the industrial are low, but my trade is high because I kept choosing trade. So that's how your answers are influencing your very first frigate. Now that you have gotten your first organic frigate, we can acquire others much easier. You don't have to go through and answer all these questions like we did. So you still have your dream aerial, and now we've got a couple of anomaly detectors. Now we need to go to a different star system because we've already acquired a frigate in this star system. Alrighty, folks. I am on the space station. I just chose a random space station in my teleporter list. to come to it. So with your Anomaly Detector, you can see I picked up a few more. Took some time and picked up a few more because I do plan on hunting more organic frigates for my fleet. I'd like to have a whole fleet of organic frigates. I think that would be really kind of cool. But you've got your aerial dream in your pocket and you've got your Anomaly Detector in your pocket. So now I'm going to show you how to acquire more of the organic frigates for your frigate fleet. Trust me, this process, now that you've gotten the initial aerial dream quest and mission out of the way, this is a much easier process now. Baby. So what you're going to do is you're going to hop in your ship and you're going to hop out while you're in the space station. So that way you create a restore point. Then we're going to hop back in our ship. We're going to go to space. Now, once you're in space, you're going to open your inventory. You're going to go to your Anomaly Detector and you're going to hit begin scan. You can see it there. My option is E to begin scan. We're going to hit that. You can see on the bottom right of the screen that the Anomaly Detector is activated. Activate pulse drive to assist its search. So what this is going to do, this is going to help bring up more, it's going to help detect more anomaly instances in space. That's what we want because we're looking for a specific exchange in space. So let me go ahead and hit the pulse drive. You can see in the bottom right, it is searching. And we got a rare deep space object detected. You want to keep flying. Do not stop. We are looking for one that says whale song. So you want to keep pulsing. Don't stop when you get these up. You have about 15 seconds to acknowledge whether you want to stop or not. And here is our whale song. This is the one we are looking for. I'm going to go ahead and stop. And there we go. We've got a organic frigate in front of us here. We're going to fly right up to it. We're going to get an incoming message. So we want to communicate with it. So open your communicator. That's what this particular frigate looks like. There's several different styles. You're going to go through some dialogue. Again, you can read this if you want. I'm going to kind of skip the dialogue because I want to get to the good stuff. And then you want to inspect creature. Now, if you do not like the looks of this creature or this organic frigate and you want to go and find a different style, that's fine as well. You can hit end communication regardless of what class it is. I don't recommend doing that. This is a long drawn out process as it is. So I'm going to inspect creature. Again, we get some dialogue and then it's going to pop up and it's going to give you the specs of the frigate. This is so much quicker now that you've gone through that initial quest. So you can see here that this is a B class. It is a combat class frigate. And then it gives you, all the different specs and everything for it. Gives you the buffs over here that it has a few little combat buffs and everything. And you do have to have units. So this one here is going to cost me a little over 18 million units. Now, I do have a video to help you make units in the game. And I'll put a link in the description for that video. That way you can go and visit it if you're struggling on making units in the game. And it goes through the process that I use to make units in the game. You can see up in the top left of the screen there, I've got 2 billion, that's billion with a B, units in the game. So you can definitely make money and not really, you can buy everything pretty much if that's what you wanted to do. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this. So the B class, you can rank up your organic frigates or any frigate for that matter by just sending them on freighter missions. You can even see right here, progress to next rank. Now, granted, it says 0 successful encounters. I don't know why it says that, but we have to do so many encounters for this frigate to level up to an A class. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this because I want to add different types of frigates to my frigate fleet. And that one there gave me a combat rating. I think I've got another one that's got exploration on a different character, and because I have a normal play and a permadeath play, so I've got several. Now you can get different classes, but I believe they are system specific. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me in the comments and give me the reference so I can go and research that myself. But when I've done these, I have done the search for the whale song event many times, and I keep getting the same class. So I don't believe you search the same system for a higher class. I think you actually have to search a different system to actually find a frigate that is a higher class, if I've made that clear. Maybe. But anyway, that is how you can continue hunting for your organic frigates. Alrighty, so I have switched over to my normal playthrough character to kind of show you, because this is the one I've been actually hunting more frigates on. I was on my permadeath earlier. So if I open, I'm on my freighter right now. If I open my fleet management here, go to manage fleet, you can see I've got several frigates in my fleet list. Now we just picked up the pained Itogors. You know, it had the 20 combat and everything. That's the one we just picked up. Now, this little ship right here literally just leveled up, because last night it was still a C class, and I sent it on missions last night, a long mission, and apparently it leveled up because it's now a B class. So, which is really nice. So continue to send your frigates, regardless of whether they're organic or not. Continue to send them on freighter missions. They will level up. Now, if you folks have made it this far in the video, I absolutely appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. You can see I have a living Lucha right here, which is an S class. I actually found this as an S class. I did not have to level this particular one up. It seems to be that it is heavy on industrial. So it is for industrial, and it seems a little more balanced on combat and exploration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the address that I found this for the system that I found this frigate in, to share that with you as my appreciation for everybody watching today. If you don't have a portal to where you can use the addresses, or you don't have the glyphs, you don't have all 16 glyphs to be able to use addresses or use portals as well, I have videos for those, and I will put those links in the description below. So please feel free to go visit those. Make sure to like the videos. Please comment on them. Let me know your adventures in No Man's Sky, regardless of whether it pertains to the video or not. I try to read everybody's comments. I love to read everybody's comments and see what your adventures are, answer your questions, and so forth. But anyway, if you folks have enjoyed this video and found it helpful, definitely hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you folks in the next one. You take care, and happy hunting.